Hello, this is Carrie again, and I have another video for you today. I am super excited to bring you this book. I got this book from a fan, which was really surprising and awesome. They sent me this book because they liked it. Thank you so much, Laura, because she likes it and she wanted me to look at it. So let's get started. This book is called Fairies in Dreamland, an artist coloring book. And the first thing that I noticed here, let me tell you about the price. This book retails for $16, but Amazon had it for $7.02, and it is about 10 inches by 10 inches. It is single-sided, which is awesome, and this used really thick paper. Let me show you the back. This was done in watercolor pencil, colored pencil, Neocolor 2. So I used all sorts of media here as well as water media. I did multiple layers of water media, which was awesome. So there's that. Show you the book. The art here is a little bit different than I'm used to, but I liked it. It's way more detailed than I'm used to. So I kind of had to step back and realize I wasn't going to be able to color every single little dot, and think of it more in, larger shapes. And I believe these are all fairies that are like sleeping or near sleeping or just generally chillaxing. And they have, a number of different like styles, hairstyles, and different things. So I really like it. You got long hair, you got curly hair, you definitely got your varieties here. It does feel a little overwhelming to look at it and to see all this detail. So if you don't like really fine detail, this book may not be for you, but I will probably do most of this book in watercolor pencil and then overlay the sections with watercolor. So there's that. And there was one page that I was really, that I was going to do, and I'll figure it out when I get to it. But it had a little bit less detail. Some of the pages have a little bit less detail, but for the most part, these are pretty detailed pages. So there's that. That's something to keep in mind. There's a lot of quilts and blankets here. So there's that. There's definitely a fair share of different kinds of flowers. So I'll probably run through my green watercolor pencils fairly quickly. But they do take that layer. They do take both the watercolor pencil and the watercolor paint, and they layer really nicely. And since it's single-sided, it should be fine. Especially since this is like a nice high-quality single-sided paper. I always hate when a book takes the time and then they cheap out on the single-sided pages and they figure, well, it's single-sided, so it doesn't have to be particularly good paper. But these, they went through the trouble of making it single-sided and giving me nice thick paper that I really appreciate, with enough tooth to be able to do a few layers with watercolor pencil as well as colored pencil. I did some of the front with the Prismacolor, although I think I would prefer much more to do this book with a softer pencil because there isn't as much tooth here as some of the other pages. So you definitely want to use something that's a little softer and a little bit easier to get that pigment out of the pencil than to use something harder where you might not get as much pigment or as many layers than something really soft. So there's that to keep in mind. But overall, I really like this book, and I was really surprised and excited to get it. And there's a lot of pages in this book too. I think the website said it was over 100 and like 60 something pages, which amounts to, if they're single-sided, amounts to about over 80 drawings. And there's a lot of drawings here. Definitely a lot of art, a lot of work went into this. I did try a section with marker, and I found that it was okay. But if you're going to be using Copics, you're going to have to lay a Copics. If you're going to be using Copics, you're going to have to lay another sheet behind it, because the Copics will bleed and your alcohol markers will bleed. But but I found that it was fine with some of the other markers. So if you want to use this book with markers, that should be totally fine. and she has a lot of vines. She has a lot of vines here in this book. So so definitely if you like fairies and vines, this is definitely the book for you. Now look at all this detail. There's a lot of detail here, so you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to be willing to either take forever to finish a page or, plan your attack. Look at this page. Wowzers. But there's also a lot of wide open spaces for you to do background. And I probably use a lot of these to practice some backgrounds, especially with the Neocolor ones, which are great for backgrounds. So I will probably take the Neocolor ones or the not water-soluble wax ones. And I'm probably going to take the Neocolor ones pretty heavily to this and try to work on the some of these backgrounds. There's a fair amount of pigs and roses here too, which I find kind of funny. See, I'm not sure what the deal is with pigs. I'm sure that if there's probably reading material where it's explained, but I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it. I hope I'm not going too fast, but since there's so many pages, I want to make sure that that we get through everything without turning this into like a super long video. This is one I really wanted to get on because I feel like this is one of the ones that I could do relatively quickly and just do it in larger sections, even though there is a lot of detail here. Actually, this is the same one. I think this is the same one that's in the cover. That's probably, but I also want to do it here. Yep, it's the same one that's in the cover. This is also my first time doing European skin tone, and I like it. I mean, it's my first time, so it definitely needs some progress to it. This was done with Prismacolor, I think, was the pencil that I chose for this. But anyway. So I like some of the flowers in this page too. She uses a lot. There's I forgot what this flower is called. Somebody will tell me down in the comments, but I forgot what this flower is called. She uses a lot of this flower too. So I think we are almost at the end. There's no test page here other than if you want to use the copyright page or this book belongs to, and you can use either one of these two pages as a test page to try out your different mediums. Oh, all right, I'm yawning. I'm going to head over to bed, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about this or any other books, anything in particular that you want to see me review. Thank you again to the patrons for making these videos possible. And don't forget to check out the Amazon referral link down in the description below. And if you bookmark that link when you shop through Amazon, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but Amazon sends me a little a bigger pittance than YouTube ads sends me. So that does help a lot. So if that's something that you would be interested in doing, make sure and you bookmark that, and there will be an affiliate link to this book as well down in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Can I open the box to do the unboxing, Stewie? Stewie. Come on, let me open up the box. It's not for you. This ain't for you. Stewie, this ain't for you. This is mine. Don't be that way, Stewie.